And there is a question that just popped in here, and maybe you can answer the question. And somebody is asking, is there a right time for dating?
Yes, there is a right time for dating. Now, I will tell you as a relationship counselor, because of what I have experienced helping people who are struggling in their marriages and in their relationships, I have come to this conclusion, and this is what I recommend, that during your first 5 years of your 20s, please don't date. Date yourself. Okay? Date yourself. Get to know you. So what am I saying? These days, dating is different. Our young people, and depending on where we live, our young people, when I used to live in the US, and I could see that by the time they get to, our teenagers get to 16, it's normal for them to go for a date. In fact, the dad takes them for their first date, and then they are taught how to go out and date and all that. And that's something that I see even here in Kenya. Now our young people are starting to date. And you can see also, even for me, in those days, back in the 80s, I mean, when I started having a boyfriend, I was 15, 16, So the right time to date for me, if you are looking for a long-term relationship, is when you have reached 25. And especially for young ladies, I am going to say between the age of 19 and the age of 25, that's when your frontal part of the brain, where you make executive decisions, is developing. According to research, it has not developed until you are 25. So any decisions that you are making where relationships are concerned before the age of 25, just know that most of it is being driven by your emotional brain. And so you are meeting your needs. You're meeting those needs to connect and to feel good, not necessarily meeting the need that is going to be long-term successful. So you need to kind of pay attention to that. And that is why I said, between the ages of 18, when we get out of high school, and the age of 25, focus more on having a relationship with yourself. There are a lot of lives that are changed negatively by relationships that happen between the ages of 15 to 25. We know that very well. We know what happens. We have, unplanned pregnancies. We have broken hearts because we became so much in love. And then, because during those years, those are the times you are supposed to be going out with people, but understanding people, learning people, understanding yourself, allowing yourself to get involved with people without the sexual tension. Now, people ask me, by the way, my hashtag is Live by Design. And I picked up that hashtag because I realized that the people who are successful in life, they are the people who design what they are going to do. So the question of when should one start dating, I am saying that I recommend the age of 25. Before 25, get to know people. I remember for myself, I got involved with a lot of groups. So I was either in a youth group, I was in a young adult group, I was in a ministry group where we used to do mentorship for high school students when I was in college and even after college. So I got myself involved in other social connections that met my connectivity needs without putting me in that space where I have to be exclusive with one person. And that helped a lot because then I began to grow without the tension of having that sexual energy around the people I'm hanging out with. And I also developed a healthy way of dealing with the opposite sex, because our ministry group and the groups where I was, we were a mixture. And so we had these sleepovers. I remember we used to go for retreats. We used to meet in town and we go have coffee. Sometimes we were 5 of us, 10 of us, and we just sit and laugh. So when people are being taken on dates on Friday nights, we would meet together as friends who are both from both sexes, and we sit down and we really enjoy the evening with one another, or we would have a sleepover and enjoy the evening with one another. So that is what I'm saying, that during these years between 18 and 25, that is when you get out of high school. You know, up to high school, your life is very structured, because your parents have been deciding what you will do. Then you go to boarding school. At least here in Kenya, you go to boarding school between the ages of 14 and 18, and everything is very, very structured. Then when you get to 18 and you are out of school, your life lacks structure. And that is one of the things that now gets people into trouble, because young people do not need to have time that they are not involved in something, because they will get bored and they will look for things that will make them feel pleasure and feel less bored. And so that is why our young people get into trouble, because we are leaving them at home and we are not creating any structures for them, and there isn't much supervision because they were used to have supervision and structure created for them. So when you are in that age of 18 to 25, pay attention to yourself, get to know yourself through hanging out with people without the romantic inclusivity or having one person that you are creating a long-term relationship with. It is possible. We can encourage our young people to do that. At least for me, one of the things that was very helpful is because at 20, when I went to college, the people who were in the Christian Union with me, we decided to form a group. We had a singing group and we also had a drama group. And then we created what we needed to do with our lives during that time. And that is what we used to do. We used to go to school and mentor young people. We would be invited to places where there were young people, so that we can mentor them and we can help them to develop and to grow the way that God would want them to grow. So find something that is going to help you grow as a person, because once you grow as a person, when you enter into a relationship, you are not looking for this person that you are in relationship with to make you whole or to make you feel that you are a person of worth. The problem we have in our marriages today is because a lot of us are coming into marriage without healing old wounds from our childhood, and we come into these marriages thinking, or this relationship, expecting that the man is going to heal my daddy wounds, the wounds that were created in my heart by my dad. Or the man is coming in and thinking that this woman is going to fit in where I feel that I was not made to feel valuable, and so I need this woman to respect me. I need her not to talk back to me. I need all those things. And we come in not knowing that there are some things that have not been healed, that are triggered in this relationship, and that cause so much chaos in our relationships. So that is why, Charles, I encourage our people who are listening to us, heal your childhood issues first and get to know yourself. Take some time. I completely, maybe because I'm a therapist and because it was very, very empowering for me to take some courses on self-development, some counseling classes or some counseling sessions to really get to know myself. And even as I went through, because when I started dating again, which was around when I was 28, I saw again that my dating experiences, they were triggering in me more self-understanding. And I realized that I was still struggling with the same insecurities and all that. And so I went into a process of self-discovery. And that is what I want to encourage. So when the question is asked, when should people start dating? I want to say age-wise, 25. But also, I need for people to understand, start dating after you have gotten to know yourself. What are your values? What are your visions? What are your expectations? What are your ambitions? And then number 2, you need to understand, what is it that I cannot stand in a relationship? What are my deal breakers? So that now as you're going into a relationship, you already have a roadmap, or you have a blueprint of who you are looking for. And who you are looking for needs to be compatible with who you are. So you need to know yourself first. So, and I have listed those things: values, the standards by which you live your life, how you make your choices, what are the motivations behind your choices. Number 2, you need to know your dreams, your ambitions, and your visions. What do you want to accomplish in life? Where are you going? What is your purpose and your reason for being around? You need to know that. And then number 3, you also need to know where you have come from, how where you have come from has shaped you. And then number 4, please make sure you know your deal breakers. So don't get into a marriage or in a relationship, you are dating someone and they are dating 2 other people, and you keep coming to complain. Oh, they went with this one, the other. Oh, I caught him talking to this one. Oh, what are you doing there? If that is not what you want, your faithfulness and being with one person and a person being completely focused on one person, if that is what you want, leave this person whose values are very different from yours. Maybe then for them flirting with other people is not a problem. If it is a problem for you, then you need to be able to express that. And if they are not willing to align with you, it's time for you to leave that dating opportunity and move on to someone who is going to be able to align with you as far as your values are concerned.